Akims. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. I'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Today's lesson is on Leviticus chapter 26, verse 29. As it reads, "And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat." Now, why does the word of the Lord says this? Why did it say this? Because the time is coming. Remember, the time is coming when it's going to be the time of lawlessness, the time of Jacob's troubles, the time when there's not going to be any food, okay, in the grocery stores, and any food that's in the grocery stores is going to be inflated. The prices are going to be inflated. You know, you got the BRICS dollar, okay, the different nations that have gathered together, Britain, Russia, India, China, South Africa, they've gotten together and decided to not use the American dollar as the main trade dollar. You see, and come November 1st is when they're going to implement this. Now, come January 1st is when 100 other nations are going to join in. One of those nations being Iran. Okay, biblical Persia. Okay, when these other nations, when they do this, it's going to make it where it's going to take $55 to match one BRICS dollar. Okay, and they may very well be using the yen. Okay, but it's going to be where it's going to take 55 American US dollars to match that one BRICS dollar. You see, that's going to make the products on the shelves, the prices inflated. The people are not going to be able to afford it. So this means many people are going to be going into the stores and trying to run out with whole buggies full of groceries. Okay, and they're going to be having, say for instance, the scenario being this, that they have three different vehicles. One vehicle being a pickup truck or a minivan with the seats pulled out, and two other cars. The third car being the spotter car for the second car, the backup car, and the second car being the backup car for the minivan. And so what they do is two females go in with, each one with a guy. They go in to the grocery store and act like they're shopping, load up their grocery baskets, and then on the way to the cashier, they just bolt for the door, and they already be armed. So as soon as the security guard try to do anything, they be ready to shoot the security guard. As the women keep on, the two men be ready to shoot the security guard as the two women keep on pushing the buggy on out the door. It'd be two other men already outside waiting for when the women come out with the buggies. Those two men grab the buggies, and the other two men on the inside, they still holding the security guard and the store owners at bay. Plus another two guys already there waiting with, so that when those two guys come out holding the security guard at bay, then they're shielded and they don't have to worry about anything because the other two guys are out there. And then so meanwhile, everything is being thrown up inside the pickup truck or the minivan, the groceries, buggy and all, because they lifting it up and just hoisting it right on up in there. Okay, while the women jump in the driver's seat and passenger seat, and then they take off. And then the other guys get the second car, and then they take off. And then if the security guard want to run out and try anything, that third car pull up and just start shooting, plop, 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 plop. And that'll put a stop to the security guard and the store owner. And then that third car drives off. You see, so if any police is try to follow behind the second car, then the third car can come behind the police, pop, 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 pop. That's how desperate it's gonna get. When there's no more food, the people are gonna get so desperate that they're gonna start doing those type of things. It's gonna cause martial law. Plus, you're gonna have it where you're gonna have once the grocery stores and gas stations, you see, and the convenience stores are all ramped up in and looted, then that's when the guys are going to start going from house to house. You see, that's when it's showing up going to be a problem because they're going to remember that you women, y'all had what? Y'all been getting wick and all these different things, okay? And y'all got children. So they're going to be thinking y'all got food. You see, they're going to remember they seen y'all bringing in groceries and different things. As the fellas sit on the porch, act like they just smoking some weed. No, they watching everybody all up and down the block. You see, that's what they doing. Watching everybody's habits. You know, watching when everybody go to work and everything. Watching when everybody go to school, go to store. You know, so they can break in everybody's house. The thieves are on the block. We got some precepts to go with that verse. Starting off with Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body. That means your children. Many of you women are going to do just that. Eat your own children. You know, because the children they're going to be the first to starve out. You see, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God had given thee. You see? So for all of those of you who have children now that the Lord has given you now, well, guess what? They may very well be the children that you eat during the time of the siege, because it's not going to be any food. And people are going to resort to cannibalism. These are scriptures that pertaining to cannibalism, okay, for you to understand. These are, remember, the words that were written in ancient days, these words that was written in ancient days were written for our learning today. Remember that. Okay. In the siege, you see, in the siege, that's what's coming. You see, these are prophecies that are coming into fruition. You see, these are not just past things, but things that are on the way, that are forthcoming. And the straightness of what? The stringencies that are going to be placed upon who? Jacob. You see, by who Esau is Edom, being used as a sword. You see, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. You see, Esau is Edom. Use the so-called white man. Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, okay, that means usually they don't have these type of guys that usually have what they want, do what they want, be able to have things the way they want. They been cushioned all this time. They've been leaning on the system all this time. But all that's about to come to naught. Just like the same for these women, just like the same for these guys. The system about to shut down. His eye shall be evil toward his brother, okay, and toward the wife of his bosom. He don't care nothing about his brother, his own family, as well as his wife. Flesh of his flesh, bone of his bone. He's not even going to care about her. In the day of the siege, when it's Jacob's troubles, you see, when everything shut down, when society shuts down, these are the things that's coming. And toward the remnant of his children, you see, even y'all children, which he shall leave. Y'all going to abandon y'all children. Y'all not going to be able to feed them. You know, many of you are going to hate seeing your children starving to death, getting skinnier and skinnier. Your children crying, your baby's crying, and you can't even feed them. Won't be anything that you can do for your children, but watch them starve to death. You see, as you smell the aroma of cooking flesh, other people outside cooking human bodies. You see? Some for burning, some for cooking for us, because people actually will be eating each other. The Bible tells us our people are going to go back into cannibalism. Verse 55, here you go. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children. You see? Because the time going to come. You're not going to be able to defend or protect your children. You're just simply not going to be able to. You see? Whom he shall eat. You see that? Whom he shall eat. You see, y'all going to eat your own children. Because he has nothing left him in the siege. Because all the food chains going to be shut down. There's not going to be any food in the grocery stores, liquor stores, convenience stores, gas stations, all these things, ice cream parlors, cake shops, you name it. Ain't going to be no food in there. People going to be raided and looted. Ain't going to be no squirrels. People going to be striking up on the pigeons, shooting them out the trees, out the sky. All these things are going to be going on. You see? You see? In the straightness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. That means to your face. Everywhere you look, everywhere you can think, people's going to be ate everything. You can forget going through the garbage like a bum. People can be already hit the garbage. You see? Everything and everywhere. And so they're going to be on the attack. Verse 50 of 6. The tender and delicate woman, you women, among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. She ain't even gonna care no more about her husband. She ain't gonna care no more about her boyfriend and all these different things, her lover and all this, her sugar daddies and all this. She gonna develop an evil eye towards him. You see, because during the time of the siege, during the time of Jacob's troubles, it's going to be a time of lawlessness. No one is going to care anything about each other. Every man, woman, and child is going to be on their own. It's going to be on their own. It's not going to be any 911. It's not going to be any ambulance, fire department, or police services. These things are going to be shut out. These things are going to be cut out. These things are going to be no more. And toward her son and toward her daughter, you see? You see? An evil eye. Not going to care. Verse 57. And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet. Talking about the one just born. Coming out from between her legs. Just born. She's not going to even care about the baby just born from her womb. Why? One, she's not going to have no food to take care of the baby. Two, the baby's crying is going to give her position away. She won't be able to hide because it's going to be about hiding from the martial law soldiers, and it's going to be about hiding from the dumbass niggas that's going to be going all through the neighborhoods, going in between people's houses, all up and down the alleys. They're going to be kicking in people's doors by night. People are going to have sleep deprivation because the martial law soldiers are going to be kicking in their doors during the day, beating and raping the women and the children, you see? You see? Shooting and killing the old men, you see? Beating and raping the old women. They're going to be doing these things. And the same as they're doing over there in Ukraine. The Russian soldiers are doing over there in Ukraine right now. These are the things that's coming on its way. For who? America. You see? And toward her children, which she shall bear. You see? The children that she shall bear, give birth to. Newborns shall become meals. You see? Shall become meals. Take a baby, cut the head off, split it up, take the knife, take it right in the stomach, split it right up to the rib cage, open that up, pull out all the guts and stuff, the pancreas, the the liver, the bladder, the kidneys, your lungs, heart, pull all that out, cut the baby in half, cut the arms off, like chicken wings, cut those off, toss those on the fire, you cut the baby in half, split open the rib cage nice and good, like a chicken, and then put that on top of the fire, and then take the lower torso and cut the legs off from the lower torso like drumsticks. Those are your drumsticks, you see. And you put all that on top of the fire and let it cook. And you toss the what's left of the bottom part over to the dogs. These are the things that the people are going to be doing. Like it's natural, like it's nothing to it. And the martial law police, they're not going to be doing anything to stop any type of barbaricness, savagery, any type of thing that they see that the people doing. They're not going to be handling any civil infractions, you see. They're going to have a mission, you see. For she shall eat them, you see. For she shall eat them for want of all things. Because remember, all things are going to be taken away from society. The people are not going to have anything. You're not going to have a Lucy. You're not going to have any weed. You're not going to have any beer, liquor, or wine. There's not going to be any more ice cream, cookies, cakes, ice cream bars. There's not going to be any more of these things. You see? There's not going to be any more soda pop, any juice, milk, eggs, cheese, bread, bacon. All these things are going to be gone. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? The mirth in the city will be gone away. The grinding will be brought to a halt. It won't be anybody working any jobs, going to do anything like that. Not the crackhead prostitutes. They're not even going to be able to walk out there and prostitute. You women ain't going to be able to walk out in the open because, remember, it's not going to be any police. You're not going to be any 911. If you get caught out there walking around, you wicked, harlot-ass women that have gotten yourselves to the point where you chose not to seek a righteous male covering, and so then y'all are just going to be lost out there without any protection. You see? And the robbers and the rapists and assault and batters are going to just do their thing with you. It's going to be judgment upon y'all. You see, you black, Latino, Native American, and Indian women. It's just the truth. You women, y'all are going to become a commodity. Without there being any police to protect y'all, you women are not going to have any type of protection when the guys decide to go off. And they're going to decide to go off because they're not going to have any food. They're not going to have any of the amenities and the different things that people take for granted now. You see, when people don't have anything, they lose it completely. They lose it. And they're used to seeing you women all fine and sexy. Y'all ain't going to be able to just walk down the street all fine and sexy wearing what you want to wear. All of that will be over, you see. And again, like I said, the guys are going to be going from house to house, busting in house from house because they're not going to have any food. Secretly in the siege, secretly in the siege and straightness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. You see? The Lord makes it clear what he's going to do. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 28. And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him today. You see? That we may eat him, because this is the thing that people are going to be doing. Eating their children. And we will eat my son tomorrow. This is the deal that these two women had made about their children. Because they were what? Hungry. They were hungry. The same thing that people are going to be doing. During the time of the siege. During the time of Jacob's troubles. During the time of lawlessness. Verse 29. So we boiled my son and did eat him. You see? They boiled him and ate him. They boiled him and ate him. You see? Just like that. And did eat him. And I said unto her, on the next day, Give thy son that we may eat him. You see? So that means she didn't feel bad about sitting there eating another human being. She didn't feel bad about it at all. She was all right with it. In fact, she was ready to eat the other woman's son. Give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hid her son. You see that? She tricked her and ate her son. But when it came down to eating her son, she like, no, and hid her son. She hid her son. Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat everyone the flesh of his friend. You see that? The flesh of his friend in the siege. Now you see that? Everybody is going to be on the table, on the food chain table, because it's going to be fair game for any and everyone that's going to be caught walking outside. It's going to be all types of sniper fire. You're not going to say, for instance, your neighbor, whom you've been trusting all this time. If you walk outside on the side of your house and he see you outside his window, only thing he got to do is just shoot you in the head. Pow! Your body drop. He come out to the side of his house, go in your house, and get everything that you got. That's what's going to be happening to a lot of people. Flat out, just like that. You see? Your neighbor catch you walking outside, you're not even looking. You don't even know your neighbor has got a shotgun pointed right at the back of your head on the side of the house, and you just going into your side door. You don't even know your neighbor done made this plan. This is what's going to be happening to a lot of people, you see. And straightness wherewith their enemies and they that seek their lives shall straighten them. You see? You see? That means take them out. That means kill them. We'd like to take the time to remind you to press the like button. Okay? Go ahead and press the like button. Okay? And also, remember, this helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. And also remember to press the press the subscription button. Go ahead and press the subscription button if you haven't already. Okay? And press the notification bell. So that way you will receive special notification alerts each time that I upload a new video for your spiritual edification. So let's get back. And also, hopefully you shall see some precepts in this video that you may use to pick with some precepts that you have, that you may make a video that you may feed the sheep. Remember, the sheep must always be fed daily. Okay? So let's get back into this. Lamentation chapter 2, verse 20. Behold, O Lord, and consider to whom thou hast done this. Right. Shall the woman eat their fruit, and children of a span long? Shall the priest and the prophet be slain in the sanctuary of the Lord? You see? You see, this question is being asked because guess what? Everybody's going to be in trouble. Those of us that the Lord has chosen to save, we shall receive protection and different things. But remember, some brothers still may be taken up into the FEMA camps, to stand before rulers and kings and this, that, and the other, and to preach the word and to say this, that, and the other. Okay? And they may be released. That too may happen. And then in captivity, some brothers may, right inside the FEMA camp or right inside boot camp, they may receive their powers. You see Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. You see Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. Okay? You see? When the enemy comes in like a flood, Yahweh shall lifts up a standard against the enemy. You see? So it's so many different things that's going to be touching off. You see? You see? You see? All we know is that the slain of the Lord shall be many. when he get here. You see. Lamentation chapter 4, verse 10. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. You see? The women gonna be killing their own children. You men too. Everybody, no one's gonna have mercy. You're gonna see children, 1 and 2 year olds, walking down the street holding hands, know where to go. They're hungry. They ain't got no food. Their mom and daddy already killed, dead. There's gonna be dead bodies laying here and there. It's gonna be a new virus plus a strain to go with it. A new strain to go with it, where people's bodies are going to be dropping dead within hours. When people catch it, they're going to drop dead in hours. That means the first responders and doctors and nurses and people in the hospitals. And there's going to be so much death. There's going to be so much death that comes. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. You see? They were the meat. That means they were the slain. They were the slain. Many shall be killed. You see? You see, Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. The 2/3 shall be cut off and die. You see? Zechariah chapter 5, verse 10. Therefore, the fathers shall eat the sons. You see that? The fathers shall eat the son. These are the things that's coming up. What are you going to do to prepare? You see? Woe, woe, woe is me, said Esdras. You see? Because he saw, the prophet Esdras, he saw what was coming. You see? In the vision. You see? Let's read that again. Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 10. Therefore, the father shall eat the sons. You see that? In the midst of thee. And the sons shall eat their fathers. You see that? That's a two-way street. That means you got to watch it. The father got to watch his back just like the son got to watch his. The father out to get the son, but hey, the son out to get the father too. You see? That's a two-way street. Everybody's going to be out to get it, even inside their own household. People are going to be trying to set each other up to kill one another so they can eat one another. You see? You see? All the food is going to be gone. And the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgment in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter in all the winds. You see that? This is what's forthcoming. These are things that the Lord has made forth for back in ancient times, and things that are prophecies which are to come. You see, again, things that are written in ancient days are written for our learning today. Matthew chapter 24, verse 19. And woe unto them that are with children, because you women that are pregnant, you women, y'all not going to have no way to get proper nutrients for your bodies. Some of y'all are going to have stillbirths. Some of y'all are going to have miscarriages because it's not going to be any food. You see? Not going to be any food. And to them that give suck in those days, you're not going to have enough nutrients to provide enough milk for your, or to even breastfeed your own babies. You see? It's going to be that bad. It's going to be that bad. Luke chapter 23, verse 29. For behold, the days are coming in the which they shall say, blessed are the barren. You see, the baby, why? Because you women that don't have any children or can't have any children, y'all lucky. Y'all lucky. Why? Because y'all, during the time of the siege, during the time of lawlessness, mothers, women are not going to be able to keep up with your children. It's going to be so chaotic and so much hell going on that you're not going to be able to keep up with any children. You're not going to be able to feed them. You're not going to be able to give them any water. And you're going to get tired of hearing them crying because they're just starving to death. And you have to sit there and watch them starve to death. And you're not going to be able to protect them. Marauders and robbers and child molesters and rapists and home invaders are going to come in, bust in, Even the martial law police, they too going to be beating and raping your children right in your face. It'll be better that you are barren, you see, and the wombs that never bear. You see that? And the wombs that never bear, because then you don't have to go through the hardship of watching your children being tortured and raped, cut into pieces, cooked, and ate by cannibals. You see? Because the people are going to convert back to cannibalism. And when people eat human flesh, there's a certain chemical or disease or something that's excreted in the human brain, which causes a person to behave in such a psychological dysfunction manner as to be that of a zombie. People are going to be like zombies. You see, they're going to be like zombies. And the paps which never gave suck. You see? So that's the way the things are going to get. That's the way the things are going to be. And you're going to have to try to find you a hiding place now. You see? Find you a hiding place now. And so we're going to go ahead and end the video off there. Lord's willing, you were edified by today's lesson. Luke chapter 26, verse 29. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons, and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat. You see? So that's just how bad things are going to get during the time of Jacob's troubles, during the time of the hour of darkness. There's not going to be anywhere you can run if you don't start planning a place for you to hide now. You got to plan a place to hide now. You see, which is in this word, in this truth, relying on Yahweh by Shem Yahushua to provide a hiding place for you. Because remember, Yahweh does provide for his sons and his daughters using both the right and the left hand side. If Yahweh has given you the ability to, like I say, to find you a sectioned off or a place in the house where you can wall off a room or use that as a hiding place and a place where you can stock food or whatever, do so. If he's giving you the ability to do so, do so. It's not wrong for you to gather a few extra things to be ready. Because why? The Lord is giving you the knowledge and the understanding and the wisdom to what be prudent and to do look well to your goings. And so set up certain provisions for yourself. It's okay to be ready for what's to come. So hopefully you were edified by today's lesson. I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This has been your Hebrew Israelite brother here in the city of Detroit. I'd like to remind you also to press the like button and press the subscription button and the notification bell. And hopefully you've found some precepts in this video that you can use to put together with some precepts that you have that you can make a video that you can use to feed the sheep. As good shepherds of the Lord, we must provide good grazing grounds, good grazing pastures for the sheep to graze. Okay? And so this has been your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the hopeful elect.